boom, boom, and here we go. Starting off on the top left here, we have our Zerg player. He is Zerg. He is purple. You can see his name on the top right, but I won't spoil it for you. I'll let this guy say it.
Slayers. Beam.
I wish we had subtitles explaining what these things were supposed to be.
Yeah, I would love that too. Like a little Wikipedia definition on the bottom. Yeah. Or where that sound effect came from. Mean, maybe. It sounds like a tiny thing. Anyway, down here, bottom left, our Terran player.
Do you think we're gonna get
a
YoDa?
Star Wars character?
I am YoDa.
YoDa doesn't do that.
Interesting. He might have, maybe, during return. Anyway. Yeah, that's... I don't get that either, but YoDa! Right here. So, yep, we are going to be on one of these really big maps here on Tal'Darim. Well, big map, also known as Tal'Darim Altar. So, yeah, YoDa's going to be throwing up his wall up over there. Fast expansion here from good old Min. Let's go and get the names up here. Oh, already did that.
Both of these players spamming away at true pro gamer APM. Now we do have the SEV there just patrolling, making sure that no drone can get in and scout what's going on. Usually that indicates that there is going to be no refiner going down, but he does already have the refinery. So he is just trying to finish off the wall so no Zerglings can get in and do any sort of damage.
SEV moving on into main juice of the base here. Mean potatoes.
Gets the scouting he needs and then immediately heads home.
Yep, knows there's no gas right now. Gas like Zexpo from Min. And he will fall back here. There's a factory coming up already. We shall see if it'll be similar to the previous game. Does have the gas. Oh, will he fall back here to get a better position for that wall off? Or not? Interesting. So completely wide open here, but he knows his opponent isn't able to do too much, given that he did scout that early expo.
He knows the Zerglings aren't going to be out yet. The spawning pool is still being built, so he is safe and doesn't need that wall in quite yet. He doesn't really care if a drone gets in, but luckily no drone did even send anywhere close to that side of the map.
Yep, we'll see how long does SCV last here with those two Zerglings on creep. SCV might want to get off creep sometime soon. Oh, he'll just die. Oh well. Peace, SCV. Back at home, though, Reactor coming up for our Terran player YoDa. So it will be a good old switcheroo here, and also a command center as well. So, not too uncommon. You want to get that second base up pretty fast on maps like these. And it's going to be a triple supply depot wall off. I remember back in the beta whenever I saw this, I remembered I could just take down all three of them with a single Banelink push.
Yeah, and Banelink push would be very strong against this wall off, but the thing is that once you get those two Hellions on the field, you can be very aggressive and really scout out where those Banelinks could be morphing in, and you can kill them before they even get close to the wall. So it's really not that risky to make this weak wall off for YoDa.
Yeah, just back in the beta, those days were cool. Back when I was in Copper League, ooh, fun times. But I didn't know how Starcraft worked.
There was a Copper League?
Yeah, man. You weren't there for the beta, dude?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was in Copper, right?
I was there for the beta, but
no, it was like
not in
really
Copper League.
Early beta. Oh, yeah. Well, you played Brood War, okay? I didn't, okay? I went right in, like, military style, like, cold shower, right into this. Cold showers are fun.
So we do have the two Hellions coming in. There's not a whole lot of Zerglings here, so they are going to get roasted quite quickly. Takes 3 shots. Both of them are still alive, but then they both go down at the same time. One Roach on the creep is just going to zone it out, place the defense. But these Hellions are going to be able to take out a lot of the drones from the expansion. Only one going down so far. Maybe not a lot. One is not a lot in this situation, but they do get away with their lives. Maybe they can go home and repair. Come back as new and with the rest of the reinforcements.
Looking at the kill counter, only 2 workers were killed during that entire action.
So he did start out with a similar build, going a very fast factory to Reactor Hellions, then getting a Tech Lab on the barracks. However, he's using the Tech Lab this game to get out the Marauders. With those Marauders, he's going to be able to defend against those Roaches quite easily. He doesn't need to waste his factory build time on tanks. Not that that's a waste, but he can focus more on Hellions. And with that bunker, he should be able to defend relatively easily against these Roaches. If the Roaches do overextend, those Hellions are going to be able to run by and roast a lot of drones. So it's really a trade-off for the Zerg player.
Yeah, so YoDa was just hiding in the brush, out of complete view of Min this entire time. Here come the Hellions, moving right into the main. Let's see how much damage he can get done. Infrared Pre-Igniter not done, just beginning actually. And there we go, multi-kills all around here with all of these Hellions.
So he is doing a lot of damage in the main, but meanwhile we do have an attack going on at the natural of YoDa. The Roaches are going to try to push in, but the Marauder in the bunker is going to be able to defend quite nicely. Down to 4 Roaches left. They are going to take some pot shots on the natural, but the Hellions are still in the natural of YoDa, or of Min, excuse me, and they finally get surrounded and taken out, but not after doing the damage that they really wanted to do. This is looking very, very good for YoDa.
Should be cleaned up quite soon. We have Min coming in, well, being in here yet again. Really couldn't do too much damage as all the SCVs were not present at the time at YoDa's second base, and he does have more infantry just moving on up there. But yeah, Min will just hide in the corner here until he can just push at it yet again and do something.
And the Marauder in the bunker is very, very low in health, but that's why you stick him in the bunker, because he can't take any damage in it.
Stick him in the bunker. Yep.
Oh, Mutal drops. Very poor location. I don't know why he did that.
Interesting, yeah. Just throwing it right down there to try to taunt that Roach, and Roach is like, oh, I can just take it down. Anyway, here we go with the Speedlings moving on in.
He is going to try to morph in Banelings, but he does get scouted, and there is Blue Flame here. YoDa should be able to take out all these Banelings before they get to the base and do any damage.
He only moved in a 10th of a second earlier. He might have had a full surround there on those Hellions. Too bad. Oh, there we go. Sacrificing another Mule. This guy is going to try to bait those
he's taunting him a little bit.
Very interesting, YoDa. Let's see.
He does know he has the perfect composition. Oh, he is taunting him.
Double Mule. What, son? Well, I'm just guessing like the other Mule too was also a taunt, perhaps? Or maybe he's trying to make us think that Mule he lost to the Roaches was a taunt as well.
And you really don't want to be over cocky like this in this situation, but it does kind of make your opponent a little bit angry, and might force them to make a maneuver they wouldn't necessarily want to do. However, these Roaches are doing a lot of damage here. They do have a lot of kills on each of them.
Holy crap.
9 kills and 6 kills. I think those taunted Mules might actually cost YoDa the game.
That was actually pretty bad. Let's take a look at the workers killed. Still in favor of YoDa, 26 to 17. 17 min. Oh, here come the Hellions coming in into the second base. Doing tons of damage right now.
Those Hellions roasting a lot of the transfer drones from Min. We do have a 22 harvester count for the drones and 25 for the SCVs. Still very, very close. Both players just trading their armies, trading their workers, keeping this game in the prehistoric age.
So many units being killed left and right here. Another 4 set of Roaches in the second base of YoDa. Let's see what can get done. SCVs are coming in.
A lot of SCVs transferring. There is a tank there that should be able to take down these Roaches quite quickly. There's also a medevac to keep everything alive. Very unfortunate for those Roaches, but they did have a very honorable mission for the horde.
Back in Min's main, though, we do have a hatchery coming up in such a position where it is going to disallow a very fast mobilization into the second. Wow, big words today. Sorry, guys. Into the main base. Big words are fun too. But yeah, Roaches. All the Roaches right now from Min. There's no upgrades at all in any of these guys. We do have another factory being plopped right up here by YoDa. So 3 facts in total. And also researching siege tech. Here we go with another push of Hellions. Also accompanied by some other units as well, such as a Marine and a siege tank.
Min trying to get his lair just now, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. He is facing a very strong Terran army here, and they are going to engage. A lot of Roaches are fighting, but not the best concave for the Zerg player. The Marines are going down first, but the Marauders and the tank is really what needs to die. The tank is going to just leave and go home while the Hellions are getting picked up by this medevac. This is a very nice split by the Terran player.
And the Queen wasn't even taken out either. He redropped yet again into the main base now. We'll see if we can get any kind of damage done here. There are some Speedlings.
Oh.
Should be able to surround him. He comes in from the other end. There he goes. The Hellions are such low health. Oh,
they
wow,
all get picked up, and they're
going
to be able to get out. That's awesome play by YoDa. He saves his tanks, he saves his Hellions, he saves his medevac, scares Min into producing a little more fighting units than he really would want to right now. 6 more drones on the way, but that just brings the harvester count to 39 drones compared to 37 SCVs.
Yeah, on the last second too, I kind of like they dropped those Hellions in that one zone no can get into. But yeah, really though, he was able to save those Hellions just in the nick of time. Just had so little health, and we'll see if they will come into play later on as well. We do see an army right now about halfway done, so probably we'll be seeing or maybe see some Thors. Well, it depends. Maybe you can just go for like more tech for those siege tanks. Looking at it now, you know.
I don't know where that lone Queen was going, just kind of trying to get some exercise on the map. Maybe he thinks he can be a little faster later on in the game.
Oh, you gotta hate when it happens. You got that one rogue Queen. I didn't tell you to go anywhere, but actually you did. I forgot about it.
And those trapped Hellions do get taken down by Roaches.
We see that Spire on its way up now by Min in his main base. Creep spread slowly flowing out. Will be nice. Oh, siege tank's actually dropped in the bottom here. Can he do damage? Oh, he does finish off the Queen.
Oh.
So these siege tanks are imprisoned right now.
Not only are they in prison, but they can't see out of their prison. That is a one-way glass unless you have a scan like that. That scan will help them take down a lot of the Roaches while the Hellions take out a lot of these Zerglings. Hopefully, oh, there's a lot of splash damage there, hurting those own Hellions. It was completely unnecessary in that situation. But these Hellions do get in. They are going to rust a lot of drones once again. There's so much economic damage being done by these Blue Flame Hellions. It's really a lot like what you see in StarCraft 1, with the Vultures just constantly doing economic damage the entire game.
And Manor Mule number 4, wow, YoDa really loved just throwing mules all about here.
And that brought the Harvester count down to 31 for the drones. That's huge in this game. Just he tries to build up a lot, but they keep getting taken out over and over and over again.
Man, he just loves throwing down some mules, but he is doing some great damage, though. Kind of justifying it. Oh, there go the siege tanks. Oh, well.
There went those siege tanks that were up there, but they did do the damage they needed to, and there's a lot more siege tanks in reinforcement in the natural of YoDa. So I think he's gearing up for his final push in a little while. He's got Thors coming out. He's going to get +1 attack for the factory units, which will really help him to take down these mutas quite quickly.
It's like YoDa just sniping out Overlords one by one right now. Min actually moving an Overlord into the main just to see what he can get done here. Seeing what is up. Really not too much at the moment.
He sees the one armory go down. I don't know if he saw the other armory. If he didn't, then it might cue him to think that there's no Thors on the field quite yet, which would be very bad intel for him.
Yeah, good point there. Very interesting. Oh, Muta's coming out now, so let's see if that Thor is going to be out there and doing some nice anti-Muta.
Yep, one Thor is already in play, so he is going to be able to zone out these Mutalisks without taking too many losses here. He lost a Mule, but hey, he could have just used it as a Manor Mule anyway.
I was thinking those were Manor Mules. I was like, whoa, double Manor Mule, bro. No, he's cool. Another missile turret coming up. Triple missile turret right now in the second base just to be safe. But yeah, all these Mutas will just fall back into their home. Or into their base, rather.
A lot of drones and Mutalisks coming back in. That's the main issue for Min right now, is he's constantly needing to rebuild these drones. All the drones keep getting taken out by the Blue Flame Hellions, so he's not able to use his larva on more useful units at the moment. These Mutalisks are going to try to come into the main of YoDa. They're going to be able to hit this refinery without being able to take any damage from that turret, but that's all they're going to be able to hit at the moment.
Just barely in position right now, but he will be able to clean up the refinery. The Thors will come in and say no to all this play.
2 shots.
Wow, and just a ton of missile turrets too coming up everywhere. Really does not want to deal with mutas in any way, shape, or form.
And +2 attack for these Thors coming out. If he can finish that, he can kill the Mutalisks in a lot faster than if he only had +1 or +0. What that allows him to do is really move out quite quickly. There's a ton of tanks here too, which gain a huge benefit from that attack. +5 every single upgrade.
Base number 3 for our Zerg player Min coming up soon, just clearing out the rocks and already queued it up in Ghost mode. And here come the Mutalisks right now from the eastern side. How much damage will these guys be able to do?
And it does look like YoDa has a really nice build here planned. His timing is going to be perfect. The third's going to go up. It's not going to be completely saturated yet. And the mechanical units of YoDa are going to get +2, +1 right as he starts attacking. He's got a huge number of tanks queued up, so the Thors that are there aren't going to be able to be taken down easily by the Roaches that Min has. Even though Min does have a pretty nice supply lead over YoDa, the army count is about the same.
Yeah, looking pretty cool right now. Harvester count 61 to 49, but you know, those guys come into play, those mules. Lol, mules. Yeah, so this huge army composition now moving on forward. He will get that third base pretty easily. Dropping triple missile turret. Really doesn't want to deal with mutas. And also, we're looking at burrow research coming in too from our Zerg players, so that'll be really fun to see how that just affects everyone here.
But as the game continues to move on, burrow is going to get a little less useful except for those bird banelings. By having 3 bases, you do have a lot of scans that you can use, so the entire army can't quite use that burrow as effectively as you can earlier in the game. It looks like Zerg is going to be positioned to attack the third of the Terran player. Those Roaches and Zerglings are in position, but that's really not a big force for Zerg.
Ooh, drops the scan, but doesn't get as many shots off with those Thors as he wanted to.
2 more turrets going down just to be safe, and that might trigger him to go on a counterattack, maybe?
Possibly. Ventral stacks now being researched. That's got me a bit excited, dude. Cannot wait to see what kind of drop plays in store for us, but there's so many turrets everywhere. That's going to hurt a lot.
A lot of turrets, and the reason he can get these turrets is because he's got 5 factories. He's pumping out a ton of factory units, but which uses a ton of gas, but that saves up a lot of minerals that you can use on things like turrets.
Scan. See what we can get done, and oh, those are the burrowed Roaches right there.
Oh, that could be very dangerous.
Oh, now does he have the mindset to drop a scan here?
I don't know.
Oh my
there
god, here he goes.
The battle starts. Tanks are not in siege mode, but they do siege up quite quickly. They are able to queue on to all those Thors. Thor's going down a little bit quickly, but not quickly enough. The Munos die very, very fast as well. It looks like almost a complete army trade by both players here.
Ooh, wow. Good job there by Min for just taking that out and continuing his push out there, but was able to take out some, a good number of those roaches as well.
And we have the roach upgrades coming out here for Min. He's also just queuing up a lot more on the way. He knows that there's a lot of turrets, so he can't do a lot with Mutalisk, but he can run these roaches in and be able to take out this third expansion from YoDa.
There we go, doing a lot of damage, taking out plenty of SCVs, even a sensor tower too. Aww, barely see that structure as it is.
He doesn't need a sensor tower when he has the Force. However, the Force is not helping him to save this third base right now. He is getting +3 attack for his mechanical units, which he does really need to be able to take out these roaches with those tanks at the speed that he needs.
Yeah, we'll see how it works out for him. Yeah, we'll see how it works out. Scan code him down and just take out the refinery as well. That third base completely just caught off.
And a lot of speed roaches coming in here. They are able to use this very nice creep spread by Min. Min had a nice creep spread in the first game and is doing it once again in the second game. However, he's using it a lot more effectively this game, but a lot of those roaches melt very, very quickly on the bottom. But the top, they are able to come in and take out a bunch of the tanks. But they did run the gauntlet both in and out again. Took a lot of damage that they didn't necessarily need to.
So crazy
third
right
base
now.
is back to being able to be mined from, but there are no SCVs there right now. He is only on 28 SCVs compared to 57 from Min. So Min really got himself back in the game with that one fight and then being able to counterattack and take out the third.
Looking at the unit composition upgrades right now, we do have the Burrow for the roaches as well as speed, but also the +2 to Acid Saliva. He'll do plenty of damage here, but you also got to consider the Thors too with their +2 for both their air and their ground attacks. There we go, the roaches just burrowing up and re-healing all of that armor they got.
Yeah, it's a really nice ability by these roaches. You can go in, you can fight. As long as you get out with 1 health, you just burrow and you get it back in a few seconds. Very scary thing that isn't used quite enough as a Zerg player. They use it a lot with their full army, but they don't do it individually. So a lot of potential there. That's the interesting thing about StarCraft 2 is it is still a young game. So there's a lot of things that could be figured out later on. But right now we do have Hellions running in here doing a little bit of damage. Took out, oh wow, like 5 drones I believe, which is very good for 2 Hellions. Nice trade-off for YoDa. He really needs to be doing that a lot right now because he is down by 26 Harvesters right now. He does have very nice upgrades for his army, but...
I was about to say you're really fast at math, but yeah, just all those guys over there, hoping we can see like a really good attack coming in soon. There's all those siege tanks moving down south. Yep.
I think the longer this game goes while Min is staying on layer tech, it's going to slowly swing in favor of YoDa. A lot of these overlords are running in just to distract. It looks like a drop, but it's not actually one. The real army is coming in from the bottom with those roaches. They are able to take out some of the tanks. They just want to get enough of those tanks back, take out those Thors to be able to run over and then take out the third. However, they are taking a lot of losses here, so they aren't able to run back and take out the third. They do need to run away. Still not a bad trade. Roaches aren't very expensive.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. Feigning that draw play and just moving in from a completely other location. Very nice there. All the siege tanks too not being deployed, making sure they can make the most out of that DPS they can do.
Yep.
Siege tanks now moving in yet again on the bottom of the map, actually cleaning up the rest of the roaches here. But yeah, they will just burrow away there.
And we do have a lot of infestors coming into play now. He will be able to use Neural Parasite very soon. That can completely neutralize any forward tanks and can actually hurt the Thor play quite a bit. But there are a lot of Thors, a lot of tanks on the field, so he would need a lot of infestors to be able to counteract completely.
Here we go, Slayer's Min moving up yet again. Or rather, YoDa moving up and Slayer's Min trying to just cut him off here. But really, there's no base up here in the top right he can really take advantage of.
Yeah, YoDa just wanted to scout that base. I'm not sure if he saw the creep or not. He did see the creep, so he knows the base is there, but these Hellions are going to get taken out with only getting them scouting, and that is it.
Looking at the army counting right now, army supply, much in favor of Min with 116 to 83 of YoDa.
Yeah, Min is at 185 supply over 186, while YoDa's at 119. So a huge supply lead for Min, huge base lead as well. It looks like it's 3 bases to 4, but really the natural of YoDa is almost mined out. The main is mined out as well. So he's actually a lot further behind than it seems in economy. But his army is also very high upgrade. So in a straight up fight, YoDa has the advantage right now, but the longer this game lasts, the more it's going to swing in favor of Min.
Yeah, looking at the drone count right now, he's up to 63, so these bases are pretty well saturated and getting lots of minerals per
There's
second.
a Shark fleet on the way right now. If a scan doesn't go down, it's going to be huge damage to YoDa. He can see it. Few getting burrowed up. Oh my god, a lot of splash damage going off, and these roaches are doing terrible, terrible damage to this mech army.
But the roaches themselves are getting taken out immediately. There we go, the double thoring. He actually picks him off the infestors and gains full control there.
He did use Neural Parasite to do a little bit of extra damage, but not quite enough. Those infestors do need to go home and group up with the rest of the roaches that are coming in. Almost 20 roaches on the way, as well as upgrades.
Oh, and there's 2 roaches right now in the bottom left base, excuse me, doing a ton of damage. Take a look at the roach kill count right now. 1 in 4 it looks like, yep.
Nice baiting of the splash damage there. The roaches took a little bit of extra damage in order to kill some SCVs, and then they can just burrow and get the health back. I also like how he's splitting these roaches here, so he would YoDa would need to use 2 scans in order to kill them.
There we go, the Hellions yet again. Looks like there's 1 bird roach there, just along a watchtower. Let's see who has the Zelnaga vision right now. It's YoDa, not the roach. Can't really deny the Zelnaga if you're bird.
But you can deny a command center with creep. These overlords are very good at delaying this expansion. While an overlord costs 100 minerals, it delays the mining time from that expansion, which can cost the turn player a lot more than 100 minerals.
Slayer's been now mobilizing all these drones. They're all in single file right now. But nope, these Hellions are out of position to go take advantage of that. Actually moving into the 12 o'clock base. There we go, a ton more kills. Even a bit of a transfuge action going on too.
Hellions taking out a bunch of drones again. However, there is a Nidus canal going down. That is really going to change this play of the game. He's going to be able to get a lot of infestors and roaches into whatever part of Min's base that he wants. He's got a lot of burrowed roaches all over the place. They aren't seen. Oh, that one's seen. Has to hide behind a tree.
Yep, there's a crazy burrow at the very bottom left of the map, and that'll just feed right into the previous main. Command Center did up and gun left, but we'll be able to take a lot of these production structures out of the way.
Where did this Nidus canal go down? It did go down in the main, the back of the main of YoDa, and he is going to be able to stream units in here. Not a whole lot of things to be able to attack right now. He can take out supply depots, temporarily supply block YoDa, but it looks like YoDa should be able to get his mech army back in time. However, the reinforcements from Min will be able to attack the front at the same time. This is a scary, scary Zerg army.
Yeah, this game is going on long, and this game is going on great. Min is just such a fantastic army at this moment. Looking at the unit kill count of 332 right now, compared to 155 for our Zerg player. And oh, look at that.
Beautiful neural parasites.
Neural action right here, guys.
And then they attack each other just to wipe themselves out.
Oh, that's just sick Zerg stuff right now from Min. Such
Two more
beast.
tanks there. So the tanks might be able to actually defend this base, but the issue is he is losing all of his production, and he is going to be forced to GG.
Wow. Wow, YoDa, way to be like that. That is just crazy. How many mules did we see drop?
I don't know, but he definitely got a little overconfident in that game. He had the upgrades he needed, and he had a really nice build for a good timing push. That's what he was posturing to do. But the issue was he didn't go quickly enough. And while he delayed, Min was able to get up and rebuild up all the drones that he kept losing from those repeated attacks from Hellions. And with those extra drones, was able to get up a large enough roach army to be able to defend against that timing push.
Yeah, with all that damage that was dealt with those Hellions, still was able to just overcome it so well.
Yep.
And I guess you can contribute that too for just the lack of YoDa just putting that much more aggression. We did see tons of Hellions coming in one after the other in just terms of groups of 4s and stuff, and did do a lot of damage. But yeah, he got a little overconfident there with all those mulings. Wow, 4 mules.
That was really nice Hellion play by YoDa. Hopefully we can see that again in this next match on Belshire Beach.
Oh yes, Belshire is coming up. Such a nice map. But yeah, really excited to see that this game is going to a third one.
Yep.
Both players have really neat style, and it was so cool seeing those Nidus Worms, seeing a Nidus Worm work in that kind of a fashion yet again. Just being in the back of the base, having a wide open gap there by YoDa, and just rolling on in. Second time, actually, YoDa just didn't see that, had that one gap in his base, which allowed for that Nidus Worm to occur. So, yeah, we'll see if YoDa we'll learn from that mistake if in case he does go for a Night Swarm again. Or we'll see if he can actually do enough Hellion Harass to supplement all that kind of an action thing going on, you know?
Yeah, and it does look like YoDa is very comfortable with his opening. He knows there is a weakness in the Zerg play at a certain point in the game. That game was a little different because both players traded their armies and traded their economy quite a bit in the early to mid game. And so a lot of their timings were a little off. Maybe Min accounted for that a little bit better than YoDa did, which allowed him to build up a big enough army to be able to take out YoDa in that first initial big fight, where YoDa was 2-1 with all of his mech forces, but just wasn't quite quick enough with it. So.
Yeah, with all that force, it was really cool how long that game lasted too. One of the longer games we've seen today, and just how these players were able to maintain consistency as well. We did see all those Hellions coming in left and right, but really though, YoDa was not able to get the damage he really needed to get done versus Slayer's Min.
And so we are going to be moving to Belcher Beach in a few moments here. It is a map that has started coming out soon, and we are going to go into it now.